Hello, my lovely Pisceans. I'm Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do your April 2020 general reading, so it's whatever comes out. I have no intention set for this. Love tends to come out in it sometimes because that is a main focus for a lot of people, but I will read career, financial stability, life. I have a health section, so if you've seen... I did Libra, Taurus, and Sagittarius, so if you've seen any of those, the most recent uploads, then you know that, and the bonus readings for Scorpio and Aries. And I will be doing a bonus reading for you guys as well, but it's going to be towards the end of the month. I'm trying to space things out a little bit, but you guys came in third with the likes in your reading. So it was Scorpio was first place, Aries was second, and Pisces was third. So you guys all get bonus readings. So if you want to keep it up and you guys will be done first next month for May, along with whoever else. I'll try to keep this short and sweet. Seems the majority of the hate comments I've been getting have actually stemmed from Pisces readings. One was on Gemini and one was on Leo, so it's not just Pisces, and I'm not obviously punishing all of you because there's only a couple bad apples in the bunch, but I'm not gonna lie, it fucking got under my skin, and it's not that I allowed the hurtful comment to get to me and make me cry or anything. It wasn't like that. It's just I take a lot of time and it takes a lot of energy to do readings, and I don't get paid for this. My readings can be long, but they're detailed. And I had this one fucking bitch. I don't know what sign it was under, but it was in the review box because YouTube flagged it basically, so I had to review it to approve it. And this bitch called me a fucking bitch. Oh, post warning, I use bad language. If you don't like it, there's the fucking door. See you later, bye. I hope you stay. Might have a message for you here. But anyways, she called me a fucking bitch 5 times, told me that she's a psychic and that I'm a phony, and I'm like, whoa, projection much? Jesus. The hate she just spewed towards me was insane. It's you don't even know me. Holy crap. I don't want to know how she treats the people she does know. Anyways, that was just craziness. I don't know. I don't even have that much hate in my heart for people who have wronged me. And I've been through some shit. Just saying. For fuck's sake. I don't know. I'm not even going into it. But anyways, this is a general reading. I can't even talk. Communication is a problem for some of you. I can just say that right off the bat. And I don't know if I was telling you about the hurtful comments or the hate comments because you're experiencing that, or if your communication is getting misconstrued. You might be trying to get your point across, and maybe it's your tone or the words that you're choosing to use, whether it's in texting or actually speaking to somebody. I feel like somebody is taking something that you said to heart, and they're interpreting it wrong. So it's not in the way that you intended it, basically. And you might be like, why is so-and-so mad at me all of a sudden? What did I do? It's because they misunderstood what you were trying to communicate to them, and they're pissed off at you now. It could be vice versa. You might have misinterpreted something someone said to you, and it's ticking you off. Something like that. So there's a miscommunication going on. But anyways, this is a general reading. It will not apply to every single one of you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. If you'd like me to pick up on your personal energy, please email me. My email is in the box below. I'll gladly give you all the information you need on personals. It's on the community tab if you can scroll down that far. It's also on my website. And don't forget to check me out on Patreon. I also have an Instagram and a Facebook account that you guys can follow me on as well. I do some daily messages. I've been breaking it up between Instagram and Facebook when I do them, because the last one was a little too long for Instagram, and I'm not tech savvy, so I don't know how to splice videos together, so I just said fuck it and put it on Facebook. But anyways, thank you to all of you who have joined me over on Patreon. The support is phenomenal. It means the world to me. Hell, just you guys subscribing and hitting the like button and commenting over here means the world to me. Also, thank you to everyone who has purchased personal readings. I'm back to 3. I started going down, got an emergency reading today, took care of that. And, yeah, and then somebody else purchased a reading, so I was like, oh, I'm down to 1, and then I got more, and I'm not complaining. I love it. So if you would like a reading, just hit me up. I do tend to book up pretty quick, so I'm in a little bit of a lull right now, so it's the perfect time. Sorry that I'm trying to sell myself. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm just letting you guys know, and for some reason, people think that I'm begging for money. No, I'm not begging for your money. So, anywho. Thank you for all of that, and yeah. So, I am like so, I don't know how to explain it, because I'm not mad, I'm not sad, and I'm not happy. It's like a mix, it's like mixed emotions is what I'm feeling right now, because I almost feel like my emotions, and I'm saying me as in you guys, like the energy I'm sitting in, they're fluctuating, and I feel like they fluctuate really quickly. So this is either some of you are feeling that way, like 1 second you're like, oh, everything's going great, and maybe you're like quick to fire or quick to temper, and somebody could look at you wrong or say something in a weird tone, because I feel like tone is prominent in this message about communication, and you just all of a sudden be like, what you fucking say to me? Like, why are you looking at me cross-eyed? Like, really? I don't know. I just feel like someone could snap in a matter of seconds, and like irritable. You're irritable. There we go. I'm like, what is the words I'm looking for? Something like that, because I feel like you're quick-tempered right now, and I feel like that's out of the norm for you. I don't feel like you're usually like that. I feel like you're usually pretty chill. It could be this quarantine, especially if you're dealing with that, being cooped up with, you know, certain people or by yourself. You're just sick of it. Because Pisces, you guys tend to be pretty social. Not all of you. We have multiple signs in our chart, and, you know, it depends on the placement and whatever. But for the majority of you, I feel like you guys are like the life of the party. You're fun to be around. You have a lot of friends. Well, you have a lot of acquaintances. I wouldn't call them all friends. They're just people you know, because not all of them have your back, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like whatever's going on right now in your life, you're kind of over it. It's like, nope, it's time for change. You're sick of the status quo. I've been eating these Dove dark chocolates. They are sea salted caramel, and they are friggin' delicioso. Holy crap. Anyways, they have little sayings in them, and this one made me think of you. I read one for Taurus and Libra, because I've been eating them. Like I said, they're like crack. Like, I'm trying to limit myself to like 2 a day. Not 2 bags, just 2 chocolates, and that's really hard to do. Anyways, the message is always make your past self jealous. I don't know if it will show. Always make your past self jealous. So it's like being in competition with yourself. So it's like continuously bettering your situation, bettering your life, so that you're in a better state of mind and a better place now than you were in the past. Make your past self jealous. And I feel like some of you are doing that right now, and others of you are trying to. It's like there's a goal that you have in mind. There's something you want to achieve. There's something you want to go after, and it could be a childhood dream, or just something that, like an epiphany that you had, like, oh, I'd be really good at this, or I really enjoy doing this, that, or the other. It's something that you think you can make money at. A lot of people have been getting that creative spark, and they've been wanting to just create and make things, and like almost leave their mark on the world. And I feel like you guys want to go out with a bang. It's like you guys want to be not only recognized in the moment, but you want a legacy, basically. So yeah, make your past self jealous. All right, overall energy, we have number 29. breaks down to an 11 or a 2, which to me is about partnership. So this could be a relationship message, but it's not necessarily that. It's balance as well. 2 is my favorite number because all the good things come in pairs. But anyways, it's find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning, like learning from your mistakes, trust that you've grown, that you're making your past self jealous, basically. This card's kind of perfect for that. It's learning from the past, learning from all your mistakes, even like lessons and blessings, basically. Seeing the blessing in the lesson. No matter how difficult the lesson was, whether it was in a love capacity, at work, or just in life in general. I feel like there's a need to see the silver lining, because I feel like with that whole irritability and just kind of quick to snap, I feel like you might be feeling that way because you're fed up with someone or something, and it could be that you've been waiting for someone to return, waiting for communication. I feel like you're waiting on something or someone, and it just hasn't come through. And there's just a need to see, to look beyond what's going on. Like, don't just take situations, people, places, things, whatever at face value. Go a little deeper. Figure out why these things are happening. Is it something that you're doing? Are you contributing to this? Or is it, a lesson for somebody else? Is it their problem? I don't know what this is exactly, but I feel like it's learning from your past mistakes so that you don't continue to make them moving forward, basically. So learn the lesson now so you can just move forward. I'm going to put it over here. So you can just move forward in a positive light and make your past self jelly. So, let's see. Like I said, this is a general reading. It is like a catch-all. So, at the bottom of the deck, we have the motherfucking Tower. Yep. Change. Sudden change. This is like your mood suddenly shifting. Like, you're all happy-go-lucky, like smelling the roses. Like, oh yeah, the sun's shining, beautiful day. Bam. What the fuck? A bee passed by your face and now you're stressed out and it got you thinking about your past. I almost feel like that's what it is. Like the sudden change is you might just be going about your business, being all happy-go-lucky, and then something happens, like whether something shows up on the TV or there's a picture that you come across or something pops up on your phone and it makes you think of an ex, or it makes you think of this person, that person, this situation, something that happened in the past, and then it's got you all up in your head like, oh, I haven't thought about so-and-so in so long. Why the fuck do I care all of a sudden? And then it's like, well, why did they stop talking to me? Why did Becky say my ass looked fat in these jeans? She could have just said, oh, they look cute. Or she could have told me that the jeans were ugly and had me change. She didn't have to tell me my butt was big. Like, I don't know. It's little things, but somebody's blowing them out of proportion, whatever it is. So I feel like this might be a breakdown, like a mental breakdown for some of you, not all of you. Obviously, it's a general reading. Take what fits, throw the fucking rest out if it doesn't. But I feel like some of you, it's a mental breakdown. It's like you're just fed the fuck up with this, with just shit. Everybody's shit. Nothing seems to be going right. For others of you, this is that sudden change. Like maybe things aren't going the way that you expected them to, or the way that you've wanted them to, and then boom, all of a sudden you have this streak of good luck and things are moving, they're progressing forward beautifully. I'm like, I can't even think of what words I want to say. But yeah, I feel like there's massive change coming. But this change is warranted. It's what you want. So don't worry too much about it. Just live and learn and move forward. So let's see. What is the main energy for my lovely, lovely Pisceans? Sorry about my rant in the very beginning. I just don't understand why people have to be so hurtful and hateful. It's like, I know it's a form of projection. You know, when you're insecure, when you have your own internal insecurities, you tend to project them onto others so that you feel better. It's like a oh my god, superiority type thing. Anyways, we have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fire sign, not necessarily. Some of you could just be taking on that energy, because I was feeling that feisty, fiery energy, which is, I don't know, it's funny because it seems unique to you because you're a water sign, but for me, Pisces, like when I'm in your energy a lot, you guys are you're very deep and you're in your emotions, but you have that fiery element to you. Like it, I don't know, you're very, I don't want to say erratic. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's like an upheaval. You're just very, don't fuck with the Pisces, basically, is what I want to say. But she's very confident. She's beautiful, male, female, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is feminine energy. I'm reading energy, not gender. She's got it going on. She's sitting in her power like, I know what I want and I'm going to go after what I want. This right here, this energy would definitely make your past self jealous. Just saying. It would make other people around you jealous, and I feel like you are. You got it going on right now. I feel like a lot of you are being noticed, and you definitely have more suitors, more options than you did in the past. I feel like you've always had options for who I'm talking to, but you either didn't, for some of you, you didn't notice them, but for the majority of you, I feel like they were just, you weren't interested in them. They just weren't the options you were looking for. You know what I mean? Some of you could have had your eyes set on somebody in particular, and that's why you just weren't paying any notice to these suitors. But you did like the attention. I feel like you still do like the attention. So if somebody comes up to you and says that you're looking good, that they love your eyeshadow, that they love what you're wearing, that you look good in those jeans, and that your ass doesn't look fat, you know, the compliments, not those fucking naysayers. So some of you might be getting some hate and people throwing shade at you because you are looking good, feeling good, and doing well. Because usually people get envious and then they project their insecurities onto you. So if anyone's telling you your ass looks fat or that you're ugly or whatever, it's because that's how they feel about themselves. And they're jealous that you're looking good, just so you know. Because I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're very, I don't want to say you're self-conscious. I feel like you used to be. But you're coming into yourself. Some of you could be really health conscious right now. And, you know, you're watching what you eat. And when I say that, I don't mean like you're really dieting. Some of you are totally changing your eating habits. Like some of you are becoming vegans or vegetarians. I just feel like it's like I want to be more healthy. So no more processed foods. I feel like some of you are doing that. Obviously not all of you. You just want to eat clean. There we go. More clean. Others of you are on the opposite end of that spectrum. So I've got like health nuts going on, like, because it's helping your skin, you're glowing right now. And then the opposite end of that spectrum is like, I'm going to order fucking pizza every single night. You know, I want breadsticks. I want this. It's like carbs, carbs, carbs. Ooh, Alfredo, like garlic bread. Yum. Like, so we've got those two groups. So we've got the healthy ones shining bright like a diamond, just showing off their shit. And then we've got the greasy ones eating all the pizza who are just living their best life, enjoying the moment, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Just gonna say. So let's see. Why are we shining so brightly? I almost called you Aquarius. You might have Aquarius in your chart or you're dealing with one. Why is the Queen of Wands here for my Pisces, please? Why are we shining? Because we're making a mess. I feel like it's because you're making your past self jealous. You're just getting, it's like out with the old, in with the new. I feel like you're killing old habits. You wanted change in your life, and I feel like you're striving for that change. It's like I can't just sit around and hope that things will go the way that I want them to. I actually have to take action. I feel like a lot of you are doing that. So this is following your dreams from when you were a child, or just when you were younger. It's like something that you've always wanted to do. It could be a creative idea. Like I said, creativity is huge right now, and I feel like it's because a lot of people have time on their hands at the moment. But this, I mean, if you want to be a makeup artist, this could be being self-taught. You know, you might be doing it on YouTube now, or just online in general. Lining up your friends to do the winged liner, like doing those makeup tutorials. I feel strongly someone that does makeup tutorials is watching this, and you just started doing it. I just heard Cancer. There's someone out there that's potentially going to watch this, whether you are Pisces sun or it's just in your chart somewhere, where you've recently got into wigs and stuff because you were diagnosed with cancer, and you're playing around. It's almost like making the best of the situation, because I feel like it hit your confidence when you started losing your hair and just the shit that goes along with chemo, and you're playing around with fun wigs, different colored hair, and doing your makeup all crazy. You're just living your best life, and people are noticing. I just heard cars. So they're male, female, whatever, doesn't matter. There's somebody who is very interested in cars, like muscle cars. Even those, I call them the wee, the whining cars. I don't know, they're like the Japanese ones in like Too Fast, Too Furious, those types of movies. Like they have the spoilers on the back and shit. Somebody's very interested in like street racing, drag racing, doing all the illegal shit. You know, putting all the fucking lights, just pimping out their car, basically. So someone's doing that, and they're being noticed as well. So if you are a gentleman and you're into cars and you're souping up your car, basically, I feel like the ladies are looking at you. They might not know what kind of car it is or what the hell it's all about, but it looks pretty, so these people like it. And I feel like whoever is kind of fighting for your attention, they see dollar signs. So just be careful that you're not attracting superficial people, male, no matter what gender they are or what gender you are, because I feel like there's some superficial people around you. We have the Chariot. There's the car. What was I talking about? Some of you might have been saving your money for a while to get this car. Yeah, because you didn't have it before. It definitely wasn't gifted to you with the Page of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you're giving to yourself. It's like you guys have been very generous and you've been giving to other people, whether it's donating to a YouTube channel or buying this thing for your mother, or, you know, paying for drinks and dinner for your friends, or hell, even a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I feel like you've been very generous because you wanted to have the company, so you'd pay for the company that you kept, basically, because your friends are broke, they didn't have money, so you'd always foot the bill. And I feel like you're like, no, I don't want to do that right now. I'm just going to take my money and spend it on myself. I'm going to buy that dress, that suit, those shoes, the car, the fucking, I don't know, the Gucci friggin' bag that I want. I feel like a lot of you are dropping name brand shit. You're just giving to yourself, which is beautiful. All right. Not all of you can afford to do that, and even if it's a knockoff, who fucking cares? If you love it and if it looks cute, get it. TJ Maxx is great for that. So let's see why it's all happening. I just feel a lot of change. You're turning heads for sure. This is definitely a like beauty type reading, and it doesn't even matter if you're a guy or a girl, because I feel like the Pisces men that I'm talking to, you guys, you know, you style your hair. It needs to be clean cut. You're clean shaven. You might be trying out new beard styles, goatees, whatever, if you can even grow one, depending on how old you are, or your ethnicity, your race. I can't fucking talk. I'm telling you what. Anyways, yeah, you're clean shaven, you're dressing nice. I feel like some of you might even be changing your wardrobe up. So if, like, for example, if you used to wear baggy jeans, I feel like you're trying out, not the skinny jeans, but you're trying out like more of a boot cut type look, you know, just shit like that. You're changing things up. And it could have been because your ex-girlfriend, or even somebody, like a current friend or a current girlfriend, whatever, somebody, a female in your life, introduced you to this new style and you like it. Some of you are into those decorative scarves and stuff, male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I feel like cologne is major for Pisces men. Nautica Voyage, there's another one, Dolce and Gabbana. I feel like name brands, you're just, you want to look good and you want to smell good, and I feel like people can smell you from a mile away. They can smell you coming before you come through the door, and it's almost like that really yummy cologne smell that makes women melt. It's almost like their clothes just fall off because it just makes you so hot. It's just so sexy, and that's why you're doing it. So just saying. We have the Six of Swords. Move into calmer water. This is just making you feel good. So what led you up to this point to do this makeover and to start? Not all of you, obviously, are making over yourselves. It's not a whole overhaul. Some of you, it's just you finally bought new underwear because they've had fucking holes in them forever, and you're like, I always buy my kids shit or other people's stuff, and damn it, I need new bras and I need new underwear. Some of you men, you know, whatever too, it doesn't matter. We let our socks and our underwear go for a while, and then you're like, okay, I can't wait anymore, kind of thing. So it could be from, you know, that end of the spectrum all the way up to a full-on head-to-toe makeover. I just heard massages, so some of you are itching for a massage. I know it's hard to get that right now unless, you know, a family member is a masseuse. But I just feel like you not only want to look good, you want to feel good, and you're trying to relax and not take life so seriously. It's like enjoying the moment. And I feel like that is ultimately what's drawing people towards you, Pisces, is because you are living in the moment. You're enjoying every day. And that's hard to do for some people. And I feel like you weren't always that way. Because what brought you up to this point of being that way and acting like that is moving to calmer water. It's getting out of the drama. It's getting out of the bullshit. It's getting out of your head. It's letting go of the thoughts, like thoughts of the past, all the shit, like negative things that people say. This is what I feel like is in this boat. She is... Yeah, because look, there's pain. I didn't even see that with the Three of Swords. This could be from an ex. Yeah, most definitely could be from a divorce or just an ex in general, whether it was a long-term commitment or not. But could also be a loss of a job for some of you. But I just feel like all the swords in this boat, they're negative things that people have said to you. Could be the haters. That might be why I was drawn to do this reading, because I was dealing with fucking assholes, and I feel like some of you still could be, but I feel like it's more of a past energy, and you've carried those thoughts with you, and it could have hit your self-esteem a little bit, whether you wanted to admit it or not. So that's all the hurtful things that people have said, whether it's just strangers, quote unquote friends, which actually aren't your friend if they're going to talk shit about you. You know, like when I said your ass looks big in those jeans, that type of person, you'd be like, yeah, well, I keep thinking of that every time I put on a pair of pants now, and now I'm worried that my butt looks too big, or that I got cellulite, or whatever, varicose veins even. For some of you, especially if you've had children, stretch marks, shit like that. I feel like you guys were very self-conscious of certain things that were on your body, and you're realizing that 90% of people have shit like that going on. We all have flaws in different ways, even those perfect model type people. So you're basically steering your boat out of the drama, getting away from these people, and you're going to throw these swords out in the water, and then you're just going to totally take off, and that's what you're doing here. It's like showing the world what you're made of, and proving everybody wrong. You're making your past self jealous. That is, I'm going to name this reading that, because that's what you're, god damn it, that's what you're doing. I saw this in the upright. So, Sagittarian energy, Temperance. This is all about healing, balancing out your emotions. It could even be reconciliation. Somebody might have wanted to reconcile with you, or they could be approaching you because you are looking good, because we do have the past, wanting to move forward with the past and then kind of rejecting an offer, because I feel like you're giving to yourself. I don't feel like you guys want your ex back. I'm just going to say. If they're going to pop up in this reading, I feel like you're going to give them the finger and keep on rowing away. We have the Queen of Swords. She wants the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This is Libran energy for me. And then we have the Six of Pentacles Reversed, which is all about equal give and take, reciprocity. It's finding that balance, like what I said with Temperance as well. I feel like you're balancing the scales, because you were so generous before. You were giving to everyone but yourself, like I said. And now you're like, in order to create balance, I need to give to myself. So you are being a little selfish right now, but it's in a positive way. So you're not being a selfish prick, basically. You're just like, no, I deserve this. And you do. And you might be telling people that. Like, it's been a long time coming, but I want to do this for myself. Can I get one more? What exactly are we being honest about? I feel like you're just being honest with yourself. Because, I almost hear someone saying, I don't have to explain myself. It's my fucking money. It's my life. Queen of Wands again. Yeah. This is what led you to this point. I feel like you might even be telling your parents, your just people around you, that you deserve so much more than what you've been given, or there's so much more to life than what you've experienced. And I feel like you want to explore. So you have a lot of plans coming up, because with the Chariot here too, this could be travel as well. I feel like a lot of you are, you're pleading your case. So if you want someone to buy you something or get you something, I feel like you're pleading your case, like, as to why you need it, why it would be beneficial to your life. Because I keep going back to that car thing. So whether it's your partner, whether you're married or just dating somebody, or it's like legit your parents or grandparents, because there could be an inheritance of some kind that, maybe your parents had put some money in a trust for you, or somebody's holding on to money. I feel like there's money that's yours that you don't touch, whether it was in savings bonds and you want to cash them and your parents were holding on to them just because, they had them in some fucking lockbox or some shit. I just feel like you want to cash in something because you want to do something for yourself. It's like, I'm not going to college. Some of you have already gone to college, but it's like, I'm not going to do this. I was going to save it to buy a house or whatever, but you know what? Fuck it. What if I died tomorrow? I want to buy this car. I want to buy whatever. I want to travel. So I feel like you guys might be cashing in some savings bonds too, for some of you. I feel like you just want to move away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and you are definitely not looking in the rear view mirror anymore. So I feel like the past is the past, and it's supposed to stay that way. So let's see what you guys are thinking about, but you're ripping that rear view mirror right out of the car and just throwing it out the window. Like, nope. If anyone comes at you from the past, you're just you're like, I'm moving on up. I want nothing but new. And unless you're Brad Pitt, no thanks. Or should I say Johnny Depp? Yeah, hell yeah. Anyways. He's old enough to be my fucking father. But damn, is he hot. He's gorge. We have the Magician. This is creating your masterpiece. This is knowing that you have all the tools you need to get what you want. And I feel like you're getting what you want, Pisces. I feel like a lot of you don't even really have to fight for what you want. You can literally just ask for it, and it's almost like that streak of good luck. You feel like nobody's telling you no right now. That's what I feel. And if that's not going on right now, it's coming up. I almost feel like this streak of good luck. Like you're like, whoa. I almost feel like Pretty Woman is going on right here. You know the movie? I love that movie. I might have to go watch it now. But is his name Richard Gere? No. Yeah. No. Anyways, it doesn't matter. She's a whore, basically. She's a streetwalker, and she's got no money, and she gets in this billionaire's fucking car, and he basically buys her for a week, and she gets a makeover, and nobody was showing her any respect, and they were treating her like shit until she cleaned herself up, and now that she's looking good and dressing better and feeling good and whatever, and she's going to these high-class places, nobody's telling her no. Everybody's showing her respect, and the people who didn't are kicking themselves in the ass. And I feel that here. I don't feel like you were a streetwalker or a whore or anything, but I do feel that upgrade, like because you're actually focused on yourself, your confidence is going up, and you're feeling good, you're making shit happen, and people are so drawn to you, and they're not telling you no. You're being respected more. Some of you still might have a dick on your mind. Not a literal one. Well, yeah, maybe, but not sexually speaking. We have the King of Swords reversed with the Eight of Swords here. This is being stressed out over somebody who's not very nice. These are the haters. That's what this is. This is somebody trying to tear you down, trying to get you all up in your head because they don't like the fact that you're so confident. This could represent an ex. I just heard father, too. So some of you might have a really, I'm just going to say it, a narcissistic father. Not all of you, obviously. I feel like there's maybe a handful of you who have a dad who is, some of you could have got beat when you were a kid, but obviously you're an adult now if you're watching this channel, so I don't feel like that's going on anymore. But this guy's very emotionally manipulative. This is the type of person that gets in your head. And I feel like especially for females, if this is your father, he would have called you names. He would have said you were stupid. He probably would have called you a bitch or said shit like you're acting like a bitch. And you're like, don't call me a bitch. And he's like, I didn't. I said you're acting like one. Shit like that. And it's like, well, potato. It's the same fucking thing. He probably called you fat. I feel like he's mean. He is mean. So those jeans make your ass look big. He would say shit like that, but he would be worse. I feel like he's very destructive, and because you're doing so well, and I feel like you're doing well at work too. Some of you could be an essential employee, so you're still working, or if you work from home, you're not really affected because you weren't dealing with the public too much. So that's really great, but not all of you are lucky enough to have that. But I feel like even though all of this wonderful shit is going on because you got in that boat and decided to move away from people like this, this person is coming in to try to stomp on your dreams. And I feel like in your thoughts, you know that you don't have to put up with this shit. You're manifesting change. If this isn't a father, it could be the father of your children or just a man. I could be a female too who's kind of masculine, but it could be an ex-lover even. What am I doing? Somebody you released yourself from. Can I get more on the Magician, please? You're moving on up. That's exactly what you're doing on your mind. This is moving forward, divine timing. Now is the time. I feel like you don't want to wait anymore. You're getting in that boat, getting in that car, hopping on that plane. I don't feel like you're doing it right this second because there are travel bans right now. But the second that's lifted, I feel like you guys are leaving Dodge. You're getting out of town. You're getting away from... I feel like you just want to go somewhere where nobody really knows your name. I got that for somebody else, too. It's basically because you're doing this 180 and you're drastically changing not only your appearance, you're overhauling your whole life. And it's like, if I'm going to change everything right down to my underwear, I want to live somewhere else. I don't want to be around the same old people. Like, I want to experience life, different areas of the world. And I feel like some of you are thinking that this will be a good idea because then you can meet new people. So it's not only networking for business purposes, or just social networking in general, like making new friends. You might find a new love interest. So you're heavily thinking on moving forward and you're trying to make this happen. This could be why you're cashing in those savings bonds, or dipping into some type of funds that were saved for you. I feel like not a lot of people would know about the money that you have stashed away, though. You just want change, and that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. What was that? Oh, hold on, it's my daughter. My kids are at the grandma's. My daughter messaged me. It's just her allergies. She thinks she has the fucking coronavirus. I'm like, Emma, you don't even have a cough. You're fine. Oh, she wants to call me. I'm in the middle of a reading, honey, so when I'm done, I will message you and then we can talk on the phone, okay? Period. I love you. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, let's see. We're going to go into your health a little bit. She stays up so late. I mean, it's not really that late in the grand scheme of things, but no. I just want health, please. I don't need half the deck. Oops. You're walking away from everything. We have the sun here, too. This is clarity and happiness after heartbreak and pain from the past. I mean, doesn't have to do with health, but yeah, there was definitely a disunion. I feel like, okay, before we go into health and everything, I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you found... Alright, don't get ahead of yourself, Jessica. You grew up in a not-so-healthy household. Some of you are going to say, that's not true. My parents are lovely people, and I'm sure that's true. This message is not for you. I feel like there's someone out there that I'm talking to who has had a very rough upbringing. Your childhood was not very stable. And in turn, it made you, I mean, you went after, they say we go after the things that we know. And if you have an abusive parent or they're neglectful or whatever, you tend to find a mate, male, female, whatever, who's like your mother or father. And therefore, if they're that way, you end up with an abusive partner. And I feel like that is what you did, and you're realizing this. Some of you had to go through counseling and therapy and shit to realize it, but I feel like the majority of you who dealt with that situation, you're just having these epiphanies on your own, and it's almost like looking at your ex, like, now that you took a step back and you've walked away from the situation, you're like, oh my god, I was married to my dad, or I was in love with my mom. Like, you're realizing that they were replicas of your parents, and then you're like, whoa, this is why it was so toxic. So I feel like you guys were neglected or abused when you were younger. But you're doing really well now. And I feel like your money has been looking good for a minute. Like, financially speaking, you guys weren't too bad off, but emotionally speaking, you were harboring some inner demons. And I feel like this is the aha moment on this family situation, and that's why you're taking your power back and moving away from these types of people. You're gaining that clarity, and you're happy. You realize that your happiness is what matters most, and you will walk away from anyone who doesn't value you or realize that you are going to put yourself first. Anyone who wants you to neglect your own needs is going bye-bye, basically. I feel like for some Pisces out there, stress is definitely an issue, and depression. So stress, anxiety, depression. Some of you could be taking medication for that. Some of you are just doing like holistic remedies. natural healing, like you're trying meditation, breathing exercises, like positive affirmations, and there's certain foods that can, I think it's boost serotonin levels or oxytocin or whatever, shit like that. Some of you are even having sex to get that chemical boost in your brain to fight off depression, and it does work. Just so you know, some of you know that because you're doing it. I feel like, so there's that health-wise. A lot of it has to do mentally. I feel like some of you suffer from bipolar, and some of you are bipolar and you're just finding this out, or you've just been diagnosed, because I think it has to be like a psychiatrist or something that diagnoses it. There's some mental disorders that are going on that are kind of linked to anxiety and depression that some of you are kind of realizing that you've had, and now that you're medicated or you're doing whatever regimen or routine that you've been doing, you're feeling better and you're more confident, you're taking care of yourself. That might have been why you were neglecting yourself, or part of it for some of you. You're walking away from bad habits. I feel like some of you are going into rehab, or you have already gone through rehab for a drug addiction, whether it was alcohol or abusing your own prescription drugs, or just, illegal drugs, whatever. I feel like there are some Pisceans out there who have realized they had a problem and they're fixing that problem, and that is beautiful, and it is one of the hardest things that you will ever do, and I support you 1,000%. Good for you. You're walking. I feel like that's another reason why some of you are wanting to leave the area, are wanting to move away from wherever you are living, because you don't want to be near the temptation. And that is a very positive thing, and that's actually a very good idea. Because if you go somewhere where you don't know anybody, you're not going to know where to get the drugs, and you won't be tempted, and you can just move on, and it will kind of be a fleeting thing for you, which is beautiful. I feel like some of you are dealing with heart issues. I don't feel so much blood pressure. Some of you, especially if you're over the age of 56, so mid-50s into your 60s, you might have blood pressure issues, but I don't feel like it would be high blood pressure. I feel like it would be low blood pressure, actually. Circulation issues are definitely a problem, mainly for my feminines, but it could be some men are dealing with it too. I just feel like my hands are really cold and my feet get really cold. You might be getting numb and tingly fingers. Your legs and feet might be they might fall asleep a lot, and that's because of poor circulation. So I feel like that's going on. It's nothing severe or serious. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but if it becomes really problematic, obviously go check with your doctor and see if there's anything that can be done. But I really don't feel like there is, because it's not serious enough. Some of you do have a heart condition. I don't know if you're aware of it. Some of you were born with it, like just a murmur or a hole in your heart, and you are aware of it. You might be having heart palpitations or changes in your pulse, basically. So you could be tachycardic. Tachycardia is when your heart rate it's really high, even even when you're resting. So you could be dealing with that, and it might be making you feel a little anxious. So that could be contributing to the anxiety as well. The panic attack type feeling, because it can make you feel out of breath and kind of whoa when your heart's pumping that quick. I just feel like that's hereditary. I don't feel like it's anything serious. There is a father figure out there. I don't know if he is a Pisces or if he is your father, but he does have a heart problem. And I feel like he's a smoker and a drinker, and he's not taking very good care of himself. The family is well aware of this. He's very stubborn, I'm not going to see my doctor unless I'm dying kind of thing. He needs to be seen, because I feel like he is getting chest pains, and he might be relating it to anxiety, or I'm a smoker, my chest hurts, my lungs or something. It's his heart. If he is having any pain in his neck, the side of his neck going up to his ear, into his shoulders, like, because it can go into your shoulder, down the front of your chest, or down your shoulder blade in the back, and down your left arm, but it can also be on your right arm. For men, it's usually on the left side. Women can experience it, totally across your chest and down both arms. If you're feeling any of those, if this is your father or a father figure or grandfather who is, experiencing symptoms like that, you see him rubbing his neck all the time, especially on the left side. And if he looks like he's tired, kind of lethargic, he's not acting as normal, he's not being himself, basically, he should probably get checked out. So if you're having any of those symptoms whatsoever, just, have the doctor take a peek at your heart, basically, do an EKG or some shit. So I feel heart things, mainly tachycardia, nothing too serious. I did pick up on cancer earlier in the reading, but for those of you who do have cancer, you've already been diagnosed, this is not news to you. I feel like you will go into remission, and then there will be like a relapse, like a period of where you're in remission and it resurfaces, but you'll go back into remission after that. I don't feel like it's going to resurface with a bang and, be the end, basically. I feel like you'll get rid of it again, because I feel like you're gonna, it will be found relatively quick. And I feel like some of the cancers that are, that my Pisceans are dealing with, if you've already been diagnosed, there's breast cancer, I heard prostate, and leukemia. Those are the three that I heard. Be careful out in the sun, because we are going into warmer weather. I do feel like if you are naturally blonde, if you have blonde hair naturally or red hair and you're very fair skinned, make sure to put on SPF 50 or higher when you go out. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who neglects putting on sunscreen, which could be 90% of people, just saying. But if you are fair skinned, you really need to put it on, because I feel like the person I'm talking to, you have moles, and it's just hereditary. Your mother has them. It runs in the family, kind of thing. They're not disgusting or anything, but some of them are going to go a little wonky, and it will be melanoma. It will be skin cancer. So just keep an eye on your moles and put on sunscreen. I don't feel like it's happened yet, so just take precautions now. That's prominent here. So we have potentially skin cancer and heart issues, shit like that. Circulation, like I said, to help with circulation too, walking will help you with that, and I see that here too. Also, drink plenty of water. I feel like a lot of people need to drink more water. They're not drinking enough. And spiritual baths. If you have a bathtub, try to do like a salt soak. That's what I heard. Something with salt, so Epsom salt. Maybe you need to soak your feet, because I do feel that if you sweat a lot and you're prone to sweating like your feet sweat, I don't know if you have like foot odor because of your feet sweating, especially in the wintertime. You need to get cotton socks if that's happening. It's the polyester. If you have the stretchy socks, it's the polyester in it that's making you sweat and causing that smell. So that will clear up if you get cotton socks. Also, soak your feet in Epsom salt. I feel like they were talking about your whole body, like in a bath. It just could be for cleansing purposes, but definitely if you're dealing with foot odor or sweaty feet, switch your socks and Epsom salt soaks for your feet, and make sure they're completely dry before you do put socks back on. After you do that, or when you get out of the shower or tub or whatever, because I feel like you could be very prone to foot funguses, and not just like in between your toes like athlete's foot. It would be like a nail fungus. What is it? Octicomycosis. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's the most common foot fungus, nail fungus that there is for your feet. Just be cautious of that, because if you get it, you can spread it from, family member to family member, especially if you share sandals or socks. So anyways, let's see. What are the blockages for Pisces? Those are your health concerns. feel like some of you just deal with thin nails. We have some inner conflict here with the Five of Wands. Well, at least it's not outer, so we can handle it on our own. You might be conflicted on how to move forward and what to say to certain people, because I did feel that hater vibe. Like you're moving away from those types of people, but it still bothers you. I feel like you're acting as though it doesn't, but it does. It gets to you. You're just keeping it to yourself. Just know that they're just jealous. So don't let that stop you from achieving your goals, and going after what you love and what you want. Let's see, what are we conflicted about? Pretty woman, walking down the street. Pretty woman, kinda like me. We have the motherfucking tower. I saw this twice, actually. I saw it at the bottom of this deck, and I showed you guys, and it was in this deck, too. There's sudden change. I feel like you are conflicted. You might feel sad about having to walk away from certain people. So if you are literally going to relocate because you're getting away from a narcissistic parent or a family member or an ex-lover, just, walking away from those who don't serve you, you might be a little sad about it. Somebody might be guilt tripping you too, like your BFF could be like, oh, what am I going to do without you? Who am I going to have like Monday night margaritas with now that you're gone? Or you can't leave me alone with Mike. Who am I going to vent to when he's driving me crazy? Don't let people guilt trip you, because you need to live your best life. It's your life. If that friend or that family member had the opportunity to do what you're doing, they would take it in a heartbeat. Don't let people guilt trip you, because I kind of feel like that's what this is. So change is a blockage for you. I feel like some of you do make snap decisions. Just make sure you're really thinking this through. I feel like for the majority of you, you are. It seems sudden to the people around you because you didn't talk about it. You've basically been battling it out internally for a while, and it seems sudden because you didn't bring it up before. But some of you actually aren't thinking things through, and that's a blockage for you because you're being too risky sometimes. So just make sure you've kind of worked out the details and that you're at least supported a little bit, or you have enough money to make it on your own for wherever you're going. I want more. Why is the Tower here, please? The Devil reversed, so there's fear. I feel like you're afraid that people are going to try to guilt trip you into staying, basically. That's what I feel. Forward movement here. Some of you do fear change, but this change is necessary. So if you're afraid of moving forward, whether it's traveling or getting that new job, applying for your dream job, going into business on your own, selling your artwork or writing or whatever, some of you could actually write songs too. You could be singer-songwriters, and I feel like I want to go to Nashville, or I want to go to a city so that I can play in pubs and bars and be seen. Like some of you want to go gigging, basically. Some of you might be afraid of this change because you don't have the support. You're very confident and you can make this happen. I feel like you would be very successful, but you don't have the help. That's the main energy here. So I feel like you would do it on your own. But you know what's funny, or ironic I should say, is all the people that didn't support you and said, they basically shit on your dreams and said that you couldn't do it or they weren't going to help you achieve this, that, or the other. The second you achieve it, they're going to be the first ones knocking on your door asking for a handout, or that's my baby girl, that's my boy, that's my whatever, that's my ex-wife, that's my ex-husband. Be like, yeah, you're an ex for a reason, see you later, bye. I just feel like you guys, there's a childhood dream that you've wanted to do, and you've been trying to build up your confidence to do it because you weren't supported, and you're still not supported. Trust me, move forward with it. Make your old self jealous. This is beautiful. Don't let fear hold you back. Yeah, move forward. Charge full steam ahead. Some of you, this has to do with communications as well. I just heard commercials, and when I was saying communications, you might be the voiceover or writing jingles for commercials, like advertising. Some of you could be in advertising. I just heard modeling too. It could be, you started off with like being an Instagram model, just taking your own pictures, and you're being noticed. I feel like some of you are being recognized for your talents. You are definitely in your power right now. And because you've had this free time with what's going on in the world, I feel like that's, you've been posting more or sharing more. Even if it's as simple as painting, you're doing something and you're being noticed for it. Things are going to move forward relatively quickly, so don't fear this change. This is a very good tower. This is a positive tower. So external people or whatever, we have temperance. You could have a Sagittarius who is external from you, but this is balance. This could be reconciliation. I feel like some of you, an ex does want to come back, but it's only because you're looking good, feeling good, and you got shit going on. They're not your wish fulfillment. Remember what they did to you in the past with the Ten of Swords reversed. Like, just keep moving forward away from them. Don't go backwards. Remember, rip that rear view mirror right off the fucking window. Temperance, don't let people come in. It's like you can accept an apology and be like, oh, thanks for the closure. I've been waiting for that for fucking ever. I'm so glad that you brought it to me, but no, I don't want you back. I feel like if this is an ex who wants to reconcile, this person left you for somebody else, male, female, whatever. They were the playboy, playgirl type. They haven't changed, but they see dollar signs with you. They see that you've got it going on. And just so you know, if you reject this person, and I feel like most of you will, because like I said, you don't want to go backwards. This person is the type of person who, when they're upset, they're gonna throw shade. This will be another hater of yours because they can't have a piece of the pie. So I wouldn't be surprised if slander becomes an issue. Yeah, it's an ex. There's a disunion here with the Two of Cups. This person wants to reconcile, and they're not going to be happy that you are going to turn them down. Yeah, they've been watching you online. Like I said, if you were like Instagram famous with the whole modeling thing, or you're just posting your work, all the good things that are going on with you, if you're sharing them on social media, no matter what platform it is, this person is definitely watching you. They're spying, but they're not talking. You might know this because they might have accidentally hit the like button and was like, oh, fuck, and you saw it. I feel like you found out somehow that they've been keeping tabs on you. They want you back, but you don't want them back, basically. But like I said, be careful, because this person might throw shade your way, especially if they don't get their way. External energy. Can I get more on this, please? I'm almost done. Self-worth. They're seeing that you're confident. You know your self-worth, and you don't want this person back. That's why you're rejecting them. It didn't work out before, and you're like, you haven't changed, I'm good. You've accepted the fact that you're better off without them. It's like, you don't even care if they apologize to you, to be honest. That's what I feel. I want to see with your blockages. What is this? Discovery. What did I say? Things are happening really quickly. This is moving so fast. I feel like you have a lot of inner conflict for whoever I'm talking to, and you're fearing this sudden change because it's moving so quick. Discovery. I feel like you're being discovered. Like you're a singer-songwriter, or you were discovered on social media, like modeling-wise, or for some kind of talent or creative talent. There's some kind of talent, no matter what we're talking about, that you have. And you are being discovered. It's almost like America's Got Talent or the World's Got Talent. I don't know. It's something like that. you're just so afraid. There's some insecurities here. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's nothing you can't do. I do feel like some of you think it's too good to be true, and you're fearing it. It's not. You've worked hard for this, I feel. So, future outcome within a month's time or so for Pisces in this situation. This is going to change your fucking life. And that's what I mean by those who didn't support you or help you or like, you know, they were kind of like poo-pooing on your dreams, saying that they weren't going to stand by your side, that you couldn't do it. Those that didn't give to you, you're moving away from, and they're going to be crawling at your fucking feet, kissing your ass before you know it. You got it going on, Pisces, for whoever I'm talking to. And I know that this message is definitely not for everyone, but I feel like a lot of your dreams are coming true. This one message that I keep getting about being recognized, this discovery and everything just going boom, 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 that's obviously not for the majority of you, but I still feel that there are many wins for all of you. You got it going on. You're standing in your power. Your confidence has just been boosted by 1,000. And you're moving away from people, places, things that don't serve you. You're realizing that you are worthy of the blessings that are being bestowed upon you. We have the Knight of Cups. This is kind of Casanova energy, but it's an offer of love regardless. I do feel like you have options. I said that before. You're being seen. You're being recognized by a multitude of people. And I feel like your ex wants to come back. That's one of your options. But you're like, nope, I don't want any part of that. But I feel like for whoever I'm talking to, this might come as a surprise, this emotional offer, because you're so focused on yourself and your goals and your dreams and whatever you've got going on right in front of you that you're not even paying attention to who this is. What is this Knight of Cups? It's going to be like, whoa, you came out of nowhere. But they've actually been there kind of keeping tabs on you for a minute. Knight of Cups, please. So a lot of you wanted a reading that didn't really have the X in it. Well, there's an X right here, but it wasn't prominent. And you're saying, see you later, bye. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see that as Gemini. This is somebody who's very smart. They're very logical. They're head over heart. They're not very emotional. I feel like this is a very practical love offer. And I feel like this man is wealthy. He's very smart. He could be a lawyer even. So if you're being discovered and recognized for whatever talent this is, especially if we're talking about like singer-songwriter, if you're in a band, if you play an instrument, something like that where you would actually need a lawyer for copyright things and whatever the hell, all the legalities of it all. Some of you might actually fall in love with your lawyer or your, what is it called? Manager, something like that. For others of you, this is just somebody who, they're very put together. They're not like rich, but this person is on the wealthier side. They're above middle class, I'll say that. They're very balanced emotionally speaking with temperance here. So I feel like they're very, like I said, they're put together. They're very well-rounded. So this would be a very promising love offer, which is what you've been waiting for. This person is different than your usual type. I feel like looks-wise, it's what you would go after. You would find this person attractive, but the type of person he or she is, they're very take charge, and they go after what they want. And this person's very goal oriented, and they usually achieve their goals. So this person would not only support what you're doing, they would help you. So I feel like this would be a very promising connection, which is awesome. It would allow you to put the past to bed 100%, and stop worrying about shit like that. This person would have your back. They would open up to you emotionally. I feel like they're not very emotional. They don't wear their heart on their sleeve, but behind closed doors, this person would be mushy, gushy, and cute with you. They're not the PDA type, like public displays of affection. They wouldn't be like kissing your neck and making out with you in public, but this person is very romantic behind closed doors, because they know what they want. And it's almost like you're mine, you're all mine. Nobody needs to see us in that capacity. That's a private thing. So this person's very private. And I feel like you two are the opposite. Like they're like, let's do this secretly. Like this is our commitment, our relationship. Nobody needs to know what we're doing. And you're more like, hey, let's take a picture of us doing this, that, and the other. Kiss me. I want a photo to put it online. Like you're more outgoing and you're more extroverted than this person. This person's more of an introvert. So that's where the difference is. But you guys have a lot in common. So I will say that. So you might be a little torn initially when this offer comes in, because it's going to catch you off guard. It's like, what do I do? You know, I'm right on the precipice of my dreams coming true and, you know, achieving this and doing that and actually getting what I want, what I've been working towards. And here you come, like, it's bad timing. It's perfect timing, because this person is going to help you, and it is not your ex. So let's see what's going on in love for my Pisces, please. Hopefully we can get more on new love, because fuck that ex. Well, I just saw addiction and the heartbreak. We got too many from the past, because I did say some of you were dealing with addictions. Some of you, those of you who were dealing with addictions, because that's a small message with the health message I was talking about, I feel like your ex might have introduced you into whatever drugs you were doing. Misery loves company, just gonna say. That's definitely not for all of you. Some of you, just so you know, it might be, if you have teenage children, especially a male child who is between the ages of 15 and 17, could be even 18, 15 to 17. Just keep tabs on who he's talking to and where he's going, because not only is he sexually active, I feel like he might be around some shitty friends who could influence him to try certain drugs. So just keep tabs on your kids. If they're older, that's definitely not for everyone. And I feel like most of you would have an inclination, because it's almost like mother's intuition. But I feel like that message is for a parent, either a mother or a father who's going to watch this, who is gone at work a lot. Like, I don't feel, you might travel, but I feel like you work a lot. So you're not around all the time. Hand of cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. I'm telling you what, taking a chance, a risk, being strategic, options. You have options. This is this new person. Take a risk with them, because I feel like it's going to pay off. It's what you've been working towards. You're rebuilding your life. You know, I don't feel like there's really much more in here. They're not going to give me too much. So I'm just going to pull a couple cards from my wisdom, Willow's Wisdom Oracle. We have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. That's what this is down here. This is what your ex is going to feel. They're going to feel what you felt when they walked away from you. And then twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. I feel like that's what's coming in for you. That's what's coming in. Learn your lesson from the past. So let's see. What advice or information do you have for Pisces, please, especially with new love or just in life in general? Son of a... It's time for a good cry. Release and let go. That's what all this is. Moving to calmer waters. Remember, I said here being honest with yourself and this is all the mean shit that people have said to you that you're kind of carrying with you and then you're going to toss out of the boat. In order to toss it out of the boat, sometimes we got to cry those ugly tears and let it out. That's how we release it. So I feel like this is just releasing emotions from the past so that you can fully move on. And then allow yourself to fall in love, but don't expect someone else to catch you before you hit the ground. This is this new person. Don't let the past fuck you up too bad, because you're powerful right now. You got it going on and you deserve love. So don't fear this new opportunity, this new love offer, because this person is not your ex. It's not, he or she is not like anyone you've ever been with before. It's potentially a Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. There's Gemini prominently here with that. And then the power of manifestation is strong within you. And that's right up here. And that's, you're moving forward. You're manifesting this change. You've manifested this person into your life and this forward movement, this success. You brought it upon yourself. You did this. You're a powerful motherfucker. I'm just saying. Like, look, you are powerful. You are creating your own destiny. And that is beautiful. You just got to let go of a few. Fate is leading you to a new destiny. What did I say? You just need to let go of a few things from the past, that don't serve you. Just, shit people say, whatever. Whatever's been said to you. Because I feel like you have been hurt a time or two. And I feel like for whoever I'm talking to, you deserve this. You deserve this change. It's been a long time coming. I just heard car accident. Man, this is mainly an intuitive read, isn't it? Sheesh. I'm moving these. Hold on. I just heard car accident. I know that was in your last reading. That's this ex with the drugs and everything. I almost feel like with that good cry, like cry it out, there could be a sudden change up here. I almost feel like somebody not making it out of a car accident. I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it might be somebody you know from your past, whether it's an ex or someone you've known from high school or for a long time. I don't feel like it's anyone that you're close to, but I feel like you do have, you had ties to whoever this is, and I kind of feel like it might be an ex. They're either going to get severely injured or they might not make it. And I feel like drugs or alcohol, it's a drug or alcohol related crash. So just be aware of that. That might come up. I just heard Europe. So you might live in Europe, somewhere in Europe. I don't know, that's not for everybody, but that could be where the heartbroken is coming in. But it's somebody that you don't want to date, you don't want them back, but obviously you don't wish them any ill will. No, there's too many. What advice do you have for Pisces, please, who are charging ahead and just living their best life? The Horse King, assistance, control, reverse. So you're relinquishing control or not allowing anybody to control you. Gaia's Garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. Number 18, reversed. Breaks down to a 9. I feel like this has been a long time coming. I said 18, right? Where are you? It's a challenger in the reverse. When Gaia appears as a challenger in her garden, she gently points out that you've forgotten to give back to the world, or perhaps you've become lazy, expecting fruit to fall from the tree while you rest below its leaves. Gardens require tending, water, and food for the soil. Everything you have within you is needed in the world, so don't underestimate the power of what you have to offer. Timely effort is called for when Gaia challenges you to help in her garden. So ask not what you will get, but what you can give. So giving back. Once you start reaching, I'm not done reading, but once you start reaching these goals and your success is building, don't forget to to give back, basically, because the more you give, the more you get. And I feel like you were very giving up till this point, and that's why I said this is a healthy selfishness that I feel, and it's needed so that you can, you know, manifest your dreams, and that's why things are moving forward splendidly for you, for whoever this is. It's a beautiful reading all in all, but just make sure that you don't let it get to your head when you reach that level of success, or you reach whatever goal, whatever your end goal is, and that you stay humble and help those around you. So don't forget where you came from. Don't forget how you used to be. Don't change too much. Basically what I'm getting at. Where am I? So ask, no, not what you give, what you can give. You'll be pleasantly surprised by this change of perception. Be careful not to procrastinate too much, or the window of your current opportunity might close. This is that opportunity, the sudden change, and we have inner conflict. So don't let fear hold you back because of that. Yet, even if you do miss this one, as long as you're willing to help in the garden, you will most certainly see another. So basically, even if you miss this opportunity, another one will present itself. It might be different, and it might be a while down the road. But I feel like some of you are pretty fearful because this is a massive change. And it's like moving really quickly, and that's why there's fear here. It's like, oh, I'm going to be by myself. Oh, what if I don't have this? What if? That's living in the future. Don't let the anxiety and the stress of it all get to you. Don't let it fuck up this opportunity. Just go with the flow. Just roll with the punches. You got this, baby. Like, this is amazing. This is what people wish for. This is what people pray for. I feel like you've prayed for it, which is why it's here, and it's coming with the Wheel of Fortune. This is your destiny. Your destiny is calling you. It's calling you to come into action, basically. It's calling you to action. And don't let fear stifle you. You got this, Pisces. This was the best Pisces reading I think I've had, like, ever. Because usually I get those toxic exes and shit like that. And, you know, not everybody deals with that. And I know a lot of you have. But this is fucking beautiful. Out with the old, in with the new. You got it going on. You're moving away from people, places, things that no longer serve you. You're, you know, crying those ugly tears. Getting it all out so that you can heal from the past. And you're accepting apologies and closing old books, and not, you're burning those books. This is burning those love letters and setting your heart free, because you know that you weren't meant to be with that person, and it's healing yourself in the process. It's like acceptance and closure. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. And then new love. But yeah, that's what I have for you. You got it going on, and I really hope that we can continue on with this energy, Pisces, because I'm a Pisces today. That's all I got to say. But I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.